Conversations with my mother. Conversations with my mother. Conversations with my mother.
Greetings, Empresses. Welcome once again to Conversations with my mother. This is my mother, Dr. Betty Burston.
And this is my daughter, Dr. Collier.
So recently we've been exploring a variety of topics. We kind of got off of the relationship track, but this week we are going to go back to the relationship topic a little bit. And that's mainly because I've been getting a lot of emails and a lot of calls from many of you ladies who are, as our producer would say, getting your suit on. In other words, you have started speaking with suitors and sharing your time with suitors. But one of the things that we want to talk about today, and this is our topic, is trying to become another you. And one of the reasons why it's this whole idea of trying to become another you is because many of the women who have been emailing us have been saying that even though they know how to, that they have to activate their yin qualities and appreciate the man and allow the man to and be able to actively listen to the man, they found that they're falling back into their old ways and that whole idea of reacting versus acting, kind of acting versus reacting. We're kind of toying around with that today. So what are your thoughts about that, Mommy?
I find it interesting, and it's not surprising, because once we began behaving in a certain way, we automate that behavior. So it means that put in similar circumstances, those old behaviors immediately kick in. So one of the strategies that I think would be very useful is for a woman who seriously wants to enhance and augment her yin qualities is to begin an entire process of transformation, starting on the outside, not the inside. Now, most people will say start the transformation inside and it's going to then come outside. But I think start it outside and then let's bring it inside. First, change the way you look. Change your hairstyle. Change the way you dress. Change your car. Redecorate your room. Become a different person. That's the first thing. The second thing is to actually become an actress. The person that you want to become, you go on stage, because anybody can act. We may not be able to act well enough to perform on television or perform in a movie, but everybody can act. So you decide who it is that you want to be. Remember, you look different. You've transformed how you look. So it becomes much easier then to begin transforming one's behavior.
And I think it's interesting that you say that, because I feel like if you're changing that external, you're inevitably doing some work with the internal as well. We differ in our thoughts on that.
Oh, no, okay. I agree. Because it's easier to change the internal. When you look in the mirror and you see the same person dressed the same way, saying, I want to be a different person, it makes it harder to change inside.
Yeah.
So that's why I said begin on the outside. Change your car.
Change the house. I'm in the process of redecorating right now, ladies.
Yes. Change the hairstyle. Change the style. The style of dressing. All of those things so that you look and you like a different person. And then consciously look at some movies and choose the character that you want to be and begin becoming that particular person.
Some people would call that, there's a woman named Jean Houston, and she's amazing, and she calls that the archetype, where we take certain traits or qualities that we would like to manifest and kind of use those as our archetypes, our models.
But I'm not saying imaging, because
not
imitate.
imitate.
I'm saying literally becoming an actress.
The star in your own movie.
Yes. My husband has something that he said that I think is very interesting, maybe interesting to our audience. He said that every woman, one of the things that's unusual about my husband is that he really truly believes in feminine beauty. And he says every single woman is beautiful. We are beautiful in different ways. And he says that every time we walk out of the door, the world becomes our runway.
I like that.
And I
work,
really
ladies,
like
work.
And so that's one of the things that I think is seeing the world as the runway. Now, once you change these things, oh, and let me be, part of changing is changing the way we dress. You're a very shapely young lady, and you insist on putting a sweater on today before we did this conversation. I don't think you needed to put a sweater on. Ladies, don't be afraid of your body.
Okay, now ladies, this is also the same woman who used to teach, okay, college and not wear a bra, okay? So I told her I wanted to be a little bit more conservative today. That's all. It wasn't that I was, anyway.
But see, part of that is, no, I didn't own a bra. I only bought a bra recently because I'm older and things are not as much in place as they used to be. But yeah, that's true. Because a woman's, our bodies are beautiful. They are works of art. I don't see anyone covering up the Mona Lisa. Do you?
No.
Any of the great works of art, do you see people covering them?
Okay.
Then why is it that we should cover? The only reason that all societies tell us to cover is because when we make the artistry of us visible, it enhances the power.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things, you know, those of you who have worn conservative clothing, you know, tear off the sweater and began dressing differently. Now, then the thing that you also mentioned is that you had some cases, though, of some of the things.
Yes, I have some cases. So good. I'm glad that you. Okay, now I do, before I get into our little case scenarios, lady, these are the scenarios. So remember, we're talking about becoming the other you, because many of us have, especially those of us that, and I have a confession to make, ladies, I realize that I am a yang dominant female. But I've realized that recently I have definitely been reactivating my yin qualities, okay? So that's my confession, all right? Now, so those of us that have more of those yang qualities, this whole process of being that yin side, it is a transformative process, and it's hard. It's easy to go back to our regular ways where we are just reacting, okay? So I'm gonna read you just a little passage, and this book, ladies, is one of my favorites from the Sacred Woman, the Sacred Sister book list, and this is Fascinating Girl. Now, those feminists out there, you will hate this book, but those yinists out there, you will appreciate this book, okay? So this is just a quick segment, and she says, intensifying interest. So now we have our suitors, and this is just a short passage. When you have aroused a man's interest in you by winning his confidence and admiring the manly, you have made considerable progress. If you continue this treatment, you will intensify his interest by being one of the most powerful influences that he's ever known. Now, the reason why I wanted to share this one is because some of the emails we've been getting from the ladies have been, well, he didn't return my call, so I immediately erased his phone number. So, Mommy, what do you think? Do you think, I mean, I think many of us, it's like get in that defensive mode. We get in that reactive mode, so we erase the number. What do you think? If he didn't return the call in, let's say, 3 days?
There are a couple of causes of that. One is a woman not realizing her power. Because, I mean, that shows an absence of confidence in your ability to hold the male's interest. For you to think, well, he didn't return my phone call, so therefore he's not interested, he's rejected me, so I'm going to erase his phone call. I mean, his number, you know. So that's one of the things I don't know what we do to realize it, but we have to realize our power as a woman. What are we afraid of? You know,
I think many women are afraid of getting hurt, and especially women. So one scenario is a woman was saying she really liked this guy, you know, and so she was excited and she was afraid. And so that's why I think she had that immediate response about, okay, I just need to erase his number. Maybe I shouldn't go forward with this.
But I'm still confused. Why is she afraid? Because she likes him. That's a good thing.
She's afraid because she likes him.
So, I mean, that's a good thing. It's a good thing for him to like you and for you to like him. See, mathematically, you know how you have to have an equation is going to balance itself. The same thing is true when you meet people. If you're excited about him, he's probably excited about you also. And the reason is because you're excited because he's giving you feedback that has made you excited. He's excited because you've given him feedback that has made him excited. So what is there to be afraid of? I mean, is it you think someone's going to come along and steal his interest? And I don't understand this concept of he's going to hurt me. How does a man hurt a woman? Tell me about that.
I don't know.
Well, you have to speak. The rest of our audience.
Well, they could hurt by, some would say cheating. They could hurt by sharing their attention with other women. They could hurt by not necessarily adoring you the way that you would like. Maybe I'm throwing that out there.
Okay, that's not him hurting you. That's you hurting yourself. All women have power, so you should expect men are going to share their attention with other women. But there are enough men who are going to be so enamored of you that he wants to spend the rest of his life with you. Now, once he spends the rest of his life with you, it doesn't mean that because all women have power that he may not glance at another woman. On occasion, he may have a relapse into his polygamous ways. But the thing is that especially women who realize their power, so many women don't. And it becomes hard for a woman who doesn't know her power to fill the shoes of a woman who knows her power.
Yeah.
Now let's say he runs into another woman who knows her power. Somebody else is going to want to be with you. So I just don't understand this whole concept of, oh, he hurt me. I hate that phrase.
Okay. Now we're running out of time, so just two more things, okay? You said, what is it? Something about, in all the books that I've read on the list, I have to agree, you made a point about being unexpected. Because I agree that when we react, we often are commoners, right?
Exactly.
But when we do the unexpected, how do we do the unexpected?
Well, let me go. I don't like the term commoners. We have women who do not realize their power, and we have women who are aware of their power.
Yes, I agree. That wasn't the best term.
And so many women are unaware of their power, and they're the ones who react. Insecurity, anger, hostility, fear, all of those things. My husband has said that the sexiest thing in the world is a confident woman.
Okay. All right, one quick thing before we go. Tell us one way to do something that's unexpected with our suitors this week. One tip for the week. Something unexpected for him.
It'll come to you.
No. Remember, we're having trouble going to the other side. Tell us one thing.
Bake some cookies and send them to him, or take them to him. Put them on his doorstep. You see. So.
All right. Okay, ladies, so we're going to have to pick up this conversation. But again, continue to send us your thoughts, your ideas. And again, you can email us at conversationswithmymother@gmail.com. And you can also go and check out all of our webisodes at conversationswithmymother.org. We love you. And those of you that are suiting, get your suits on, honey.